pay cut in the House and the Senate. She wants to cut $8,700 from lawmakers' annual salary of $174,000. That's 5%. How's that going over? If you add it up over 10 years, the folks in Washington, well, they say that they're going to save more than $46 million. But will they do it? Congresswoman Ann Kirkpatrick is a Democrat from Arizona. She's the woman behind this push. Congresswoman, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
All right, so way to become the least popular person on Capitol Hill. What are your colleagues saying about this idea?
Well, I'll tell you, there is nothing like looking the people you work with in the eye and asking them to take a pay cut. So I'm not very popular right now. I'm not very popular.
Well, not with your colleagues, but with the American people, it may be a different story. But, of course, this has led to some people saying, oh, she's just grandstanding, looking for attention. How do you respond?
Well, look, the folks are angry and frustrated with Washington, and so am I. Back in my district, folks don't have a choice of a pay cut. They're without work. They don't have a job at all. So, and when I looked into this and found out that Congress had not taken a pay cut in 77 years, not since the Great Depression, I said, I don't know anyone who hasn't had a pay cut in 77 years. I know teachers, I know firemen, I know law enforcement officers, I know construction workers. I don't know anyone. So I think it's time that Congress leads by example and takes a 5% pay cut.
All right, so does anybody pull you aside and say, seriously, Ann, we got to talk, ixnay on the salary cut A?
Yeah, a number of people are not very happy with this move.
But you have a lot of co-sponsors. You do have some, it's like they say, it's a record number. 19 people are actually getting on board with this, saying, yeah, it's a good idea. Is it bipartisan? Is it all Democrats? What is it?
It's bipartisan support. It's a record number of supporters for a pay cut. I think we're really beginning to get people's attention, and they're coming on board.
Okay, how about you're in the House? How about your House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi?
Well, I'm going to have to make the case to leadership that this is the right thing to do. And I'm asking folks, your listeners, especially folks in my district who think this is a good idea, let me know. But we'll have to make our case to leadership.
The defense, so much as I read it in any event, said, look, Congress didn't give itself a cost of living increase last year. That would have been $4,700. So they didn't do that. Shouldn't that be enough? Don't they, like the rest of us, have families to support and need that 5% you want to cut?
Well, I'll tell you quite honestly, more than I've ever made in my life. I raised a family in a small town, and I'm already taking a 5% pay cut. So every month I write a 5% check of my salary back to the public debt because I'm really concerned about spending. We have a record deficit, as you know, historic level, and I think it requires historic action, and that's a congressional pay cut.
That is incredible. So you are taking your own money right now and 5% of it and applying it to the national debt?
Yes.
And Congresswoman, excuse me, when you look at, a lot of people in the House and the Senate make a lot of dough or came to Congress with a lot of dough. I mean, I mentioned the Speaker. She's reportedly worth $100 million. Do you think it's so much to ask those people to donate back 5%? I mean, might you really make this thing happen?
Well, I think so. And look, I came from a job where I was making $24,000 a year. And you can make it do, and that's what folks are doing. They don't have a choice to make do or not. This is a tough economy. We still need to create jobs. People need to go back to work. So they're having to take cuts that they don't even have any choice. Is it too much to ask Congress to take a 5% pay cut? I don't think so.
I haven't looked at the email yet, but I can tell you what they're writing. Ann Kirkpatrick for president.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck. We'll be following it.
All right. Thanks so much.
All the best. What do you think? A brave soul on Capitol Hill. Let me know. Kelly@foxnews.com. Well, a young man was killed in a fire that erupted while he was pumping gasoline into his car. It sounds like a freak accident, but these things actually happen more than you know. What you need to know before filling your tank. And holy bridezilla, an insane brawl breaking out in a bridal shop. Shoving, punching, spitting, you name it. What sparked the wild fight?
Now, apparently, these people do not know how to handle things in the United States. And they thought they were somewhere in Fallujah or in the mountains of, in Iraq mountains and so on.